Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Uh, this is the video for many people's favorite area in the game, the Shrine of Amana. Um, I know a lot of people struggle with this zone or this area, and for good reason, in my opinion. I'm fairly comfortable with the types of challenges that this zone presents, but I can 100% understand why new players or even newer players would really get frustrated by this area. It has some challenges that you generally don't run into in other zones, um, and the ones that you have seen before, like platforming and bottomless pits and cliffs and things like that, there's just a lot more of it than you find anywhere else. So I will highly recommend that you have some form of bow to use, because this zone becomes much easier when you can pull enemies one at a time from very long distance. So even if all it is a short bow or a crossbow, definitely have one of those available to use. So, alright. Throughout the level, there are many of those guys hiding under the water. And as long as the singing that you hear in the background is going on, as you can see, there are fireflies that will not only tell you where they are, but also will keep them kind of docile until you get super close. So use that to your advantage. You can either pull them from range with the bow, or you can walk up and hit them. If you're a spellcaster, it's much easier because you just blast them one at a time. And they never even get a chance to respond. So, okay, first secret of the game, or of the area, that branch that I broke earlier, you just run around here, and be careful that you don't go too far because the edge, as you can see, is pretty close. But around the corner here is the Twinkling Titanite and Flame Butterfly. I'm going to head back here. One of the things that you can use as a rule of thumb to tell whether or not you're getting close to the edge of the water is if there's grass or plants or trees growing. That's a good indication that there is good footing for you to stand on. The other thing you can do is, of course, to kind of fight the reflection of the graphics, is just look straight down and the water won't reflect. You can see where the edge is, but that has its own problems, of course, because you're looking down instead of where you're going. Okay, inside the hut is our first encounter with a Milfinito. They are NPCs that sing and tell you little bits of lore. Not really anything special, just exhaust their dialogue all the way, and they will generally give you items. In this case, a smooth and silky stone. I recommend highly against killing them. Number one, they're harmless, they don't do anything. Number two, the singing is actually kind of nice, in my opinion. Okay, 3 of these guys. Looks like he already got aggroed. Second one. Oops. You gotta be careful with these guys because they can do fairly significant damage if there's 2 of them all swinging at you at the same time. Pick up all the souls, and that is it for the first area. Grab the chest here. These guys will generally not aggro until you hit them or get super close. Take them all out and grab this chest. Take that guy out before he spews his poison acid garbage. And we are already to the second bonfire. This area is a little bit more difficult. You're going to use your bow quite a bit through here. You definitely want to rest and have full Estus and full repairs, because there's lots of these guys. Alright. Get this knight. Alright, over here. Can use this block to stay safe from the caster. Come on, lock on, please. A little bit annoying to do it this way, but I don't want to progress further forward, because if I do, I'm just going to aggro more of those spellcasters. I guess I'll just accept the hit there. Alright. Jump up onto here. And if you can see these two pillars right here in front of me, that signifies that there's a spot for a lockstone. We'll drop that in, and it will open a secret door to the Helix Hallbird, which is, as far as I understand, a really, really good halberd. Not really my cup of tea, but if you are going to use a halberd, my understanding is that's the one you want to use. Alright. A couple of more spellcasters in here. Alright. As you can see, there's a Dragon Rider Knight over there. He's guarding a door which can only be opened with the King's Seal, so don't even bother going there yet. I guess if you really wanted to fight that guy for no gain, you could, but you'd have to do it again next time you come this way. So, alright, stay on the inside of this wall since the cliff edge is very close. Should be another caster right around the corner. There we go. Sprint over to get that caster. Okay, now that they're all clear. Oh, looks like I already got the attention of the big guy. I thought I was going to have to shoot him with my arrows, but he is apparently trying to figure out how to moonwalk. You do not want to fight him in the water. You want to fight him up here on this strip of land where you actually have some ability to move. Otherwise it becomes very hard to dodge him. Same rule of thumb, stay behind him and then dodge at the last second possible. He's acting really strangely. Okay, with that guy out of the way, can head across through these shrubs to this line of pillars, which mark an area that gets progressively more and more narrow, and is also guarded by more spellcasters. And you definitely want to take these guys out now. Trying to fight them later when you're on the narrow walkway ahead is really, really bad. Should be one more spellcaster. There she is. Careful not to walk off. It's better to eat a hit from the caster than to try to roll side to side to dodge it and fall off the edge. So if they get a cast off, just go ahead and take the damage. Grab that Estus Flask Shard, and in here is the spell, I believe, Sunlight Blade? Lightning Blade? Sunlight Blade. It's a buff for weapons, if I remember right. Let's head on back, being careful to avoid the edge. Okay, now I'm going to follow the line of the cliff. Out here, and there should be, under the water, a set of curse urns somewhere. There they are. Should be able to avoid them. Nope. Well, I guess I'm going to have to roll through them. There's 4 of them, so yeah, took a layer of curse, but it's okay. I have 62 human effigies. Not a problem. Alright, get my bearings here. Alright, there's the cliff edge right there. I'm going to continue to follow it until eventually it will lead me to a chest with the Fire Tempest. It's like Firestorm level 2 or something. Alright. Watch out for that guy. We head back to the shack here. Grab the loot inside. Here's your first NPC summon if you need help. This guy should come straight to me. There we go. Alright. From here, I recommend you pull enemies to you. Where is he going? Looks like I got the attention of both of them somehow. That's okay. Two at once isn't that tough. Perfect. A lot of little edges here for some reason I can't get past. The one thing you want to watch out for is, as you can see, there are more bad guys over there. This sort of circle of stones denotes a bottomless pit well. Do not listen to any of the messages that might say that there's treasure or secrets or whatever. It is once again lying to you. And it looks like I'm going to have to take her out. As you can see, there's plants, so I know that it's safe to run through here. There we go. And I might as well shoot her while I'm here. Oops, healing. Wow. That's annoying. Just means more arrows. Okay, now despite what it might seem, there are no secrets back here. Nothing special. But all of those now being cleared out, I can head over here, draw this guy away from his caster. Her out, chop my way through the branches, and there's another big guy, which I think I can pull through the branches. Nope. Try not to get smashed by the sit-down attack. There we go, and the reward is a torn dress and a life ring +2. Okay, that is everything in this little area. On to the third part. Once again, trying very hard not to fall in any cliffs. It's a little misleading because you see the tree out there, but if you go just a little bit out this way, you'll see there's actually a cliff edge. So follow the shrubbery and the flowers. Don't pay attention to the trees. I'm trying to remember if there was a secret over here. Yep. Be very, very careful. Face into the wall so you don't accidentally fall off. Soul of a Hero and Divine Blessing. That one over there, I'll have to come out from the other side. There's no way to get it from here. Fortunately, just past these idiots, there is a bonfire. Oop, that is acid that will damage your gear. There we go. Get out your bow again. It's virtually impossible to get close enough to melee that big guy. He will just start spamming acid and your gear will break. Oh, gotta really ate a big chunk there, didn't I? Okay. These guys, unfortunately, you cannot pull out. They won't come up here. But if you're fast enough, you might be able to kill their healer. Like so. Perfect. See how they back up with their shields up? And that makes them immune to damage. For the most part. But it's good because it lets you focus on these guys. Alright, there should be one more just to the left. I think I can get these guys now. Nope, they're gonna sit there. Well, that's fine. I will take out their spellcasters then. Where's that last one? Nope, here he comes. Lots of Twinkling Titanite, though. I do like that. I see several upgrades in my future. Alright. I think that is all of the casters, so now I can legit fight this guy. And as you can see, there's fireflies all over. That indicates, of course, that there's probably lots of enemies right through here. Although, maybe I'm wrong. I could have swore that there they are. Only one, not many. Okay, this loot, you have to go around. Be very careful not to fall off the cliff. But homing crystal soul mass, very, very good for sorcerers. Not so much for my build. And if you remember, there is loot to be had around here. I almost forgot, even though I literally just looked at it before I came over here. Okay. How did I miss that one too? Wow. Alright, just down this way on the other side of this kind of corridor here, a NPC will invade called Peculiar something. Peculiar Kular or something. I don't know. Kindlar. He can be moderately dangerous, but if you just stay on top of him. Yeah, see, he likes to cast his soul spears. We get him back in his corner and beat him up, though. Sometimes he drops a pretty good item. Usually not, though. Okay, no shortcuts over here. That's all bottomless pit cliffs. You want to be very, very careful to stay on the path through here. No loot there. There is a spellcaster over there. I'm not really sure why, though, since she doesn't do anything unless you aggro her. There's no treasure over there, so no treasure there either. Inside here is another Milfanito, a little bit older, a little bit more abused. I'm not really sure what the story is. If you talk to her, she disappears. If you attack her, she disappears. So I just tend to leave her alone. And here we have the boss, the giant frog demon. who has a gimmick where if you can see his face, you can hit it and deal damage. But if he does that and pulls his helmet down, you can't hurt him. He has a penchant for doing very large attacks. Likes to flail a lot. As you can see, can do a fair amount of damage if you're not careful. The crappy part is that in order to hurt him, you have to be in front of him. But being in front of him is where you can be hit, so it's kind of just a task of getting in hits when you can and being real careful not to get smashed by one of his big attacks. Like that. Wait until the last second to dodge. You should be okay. Try not to get greedy. Swing once or twice, let your stamina regenerate. A couple more hits should do it. This guy, by the way, is super easy if you're playing a spellcaster. Nope, he didn't die. Oh, he did die. That was weird. Okay. That is part 1 of the Shrine of Amana. Careful not to fall off the cliff. Stay on the path. Well, I guess that's all of Shrine of Amana, isn't it? Over here. For some reason there are basilisks. I don't know why. Grab the chest. Magic arrows. So, I'm going to unlock this now, but at the top of this tower there is a door which I can't actually open unless I'm hollowed, basically cursed. If you're in a human status, it just won't open for you. Trying to think of how I can do this without I'm gonna have to find some cursed barrels somewhere and then come back. I think yeah, I think there should be some right next to the first hut, if I remember right. It's kind of a weird mechanic, but on the far side of the door that's locked by hollowing is a shrine which will actually give you your humanity back if you are out of humanities or human effigies. It's kind of a fail-safe that the developers put in the game in case for some reason you completely ran out of human effigies and didn't have any way to get any more, but let's go ahead and do it this way. I think you only need 1 level of cursed. Pretty sure. looks like I missed a piece of loot back here. So, it's a good thing that I came back. More souls. Very nice. Okay, back to the bonfire. If I'd been thinking, I would have left myself hollowed the first time it happened. But that's okay. Rise of the Dead. It's like a super dramatic name for the bonfire. Okay. Now on the other side of this door, there's also NPC pyromancers that are actually really dangerous. You either need to take them out very quickly. Oh, maybe I need to be more cursed. Well, I'll come back and do this later. Apparently you need several stacks of being cursed to open the door, but that's how you get it. There's not actually any real important loot back there. I think there's some fire seeds for pyromancers, and there is an NPC Milfinito that you can talk to later on once you have rescued the final Milfinito, who is at the top of the Drangling Castle, guarded by that weird chained dude with a key for a face, a keyhole for a face. Alright, basilisks. Get out of here. Eventually I'm going to need to come back to the shrine anyway once I've got the Ring of the King, so it's not like I'm wasting any time. And at the bottom is the first bonfire of the Crypt, and also another encounter with Aldia, the Scholar of the First Sin. But that is every piece of the Shrine of Amana so far. Hopefully you guys saw something interesting. Boom. Maybe a secret you didn't know of, or a chest that you didn't know was there. Hello, Aldia. A lie is still a lie. He says a lot of stuff about Vendrick and the choice of undead and curse and blah 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 blah, etc. etc. But this video took a little bit longer than I expected, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it short here. As I said, the next level is the Crypt, and that will be another fun level to deal with. So I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.